Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om
Om
Namo
Namo
Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om
Om
Namo
Namo
Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Narayanam Namaskrityam
Narayanam Namaskrityam
Naranjaiva Narottamam
Naranchaiva Narottamam
Devim Saraswatim Vyasam
Devim Saraswati Vinyasam
Tato Jayamudiraye
Tato Jayamudiraye
Nashtaprayeshva Bhadreshu
Nashtaprayesu Abhadresu
Nityam Bhagavata Sevayam
Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya
Bhagavate Uttamasloke
Bhagavate Uttamasloke
Bhaktin Bhavadir Naititi
Bhaktin Bhakti Naistaki
Krishnaya Vasudevaya
Krishnaya Vasudevaya
Devaki Nandanaya Cha
Devaki Nandanaya cha
Gopakumaraya
Nandagopa Kumaraya
Govindaya Namo Namaha.
Govindaya Namo Namaha.
Hare Krishna. Welcome all the devotees for the Srimad Bhagavatam discussion. Today we are going to discuss Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 2, Chapter 1, text number 21. This chapter name is The First Step in God Realization. So the Sukadeva Goswami and Parikshit Maharaj both are discussing, and Sukadeva Goswami is giving the explanation to Parikshit Maharaj. So Parikshit Maharaj is asking what is the good for all the human beings, and especially what they have to do, especially at the time of death. So this is the question. So for that, Sukadeva Goswami is giving the answer. So this is the continuation of that. So today, please repeat the sloka behind me, then we will start it. Yasyāṁ sandhāryamāṇāyāṁ
Yasyāṁ sandhāryamāṇāyāṁ
yogino bhakti-lakṣaṇaḥ
yogino bhakti-lakṣaṇaḥ
sampadyate yoge
sampadyate yogaḥ
āśrayam bhadram īkṣataḥ
āśrayam bhadram īkṣataḥ.
Word by word, Mani, please repeat behind me. Yasyāṁ,
Yasyāṁ,
by such systematic remembrance.
by such systematic remembrance.
Sandhāryamāṇāyāṁ,
Sandhāryamāṇāyāṁ.
and thus
And thus,
being fixed in
being fixed in
the habit of
yoginaḥ,
yoginaḥ, the mystics,
the mystics,
bhakti-lakṣaṇaḥ,
bhakti-lakṣaṇaḥ,
being practiced to the devotional system,
devotional system,
āśru, very soon, sampadyate, attain success, yogaḥ,
yogaḥ,
connection by devotional service,
connection by devotional service,
āśrayam,
āśrayam,
under the shelter of bhadram,
bhadram,
all good,
all good,
īkṣataḥ,
īkṣataḥ,
which seeing that. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace Abhay Charanavinda A.C. Bhakti-vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada.
Jai Srila Prabhupada.
Translation, please repeat behind me. O King, by this system of remembrance,
by this system of remembrance,
and by being fixed in
and by being fixed in
the habit of seeing the all good personal conception of the Lord,
all good personal concepts of the Lord,
one can very soon attain devotional service to the Lord
attain devotional service to the Lord
under His direct shelter.
under His direct shelter.
Purport. success of mystic performances is achieved only by the help of the devotional attitude, pantheism, or the system of feeling the presence of the Almighty everywhere, is a sort of training of the mind to become accustomed to the devotional conception. And it is this devotional attitude of the mystic that makes possible the successful termination of the such mystic attempts. One is not, however, elevated to such a successful status without the tinge of mixture in devotional service. The devotional atmosphere created by pantheistic visions develops into the devotional service in the later days, and that is the only benefit for the impersonalist. It is confirmed in the Bhagavad-gītā 12.5 that the impersonal way of self-realization is more troublesome because it reaches the goal in an indirect way, although the impersonalist also becomes obsessed with the personal feature of the Lord after a long time. Hare Krishna. Om Dasa. Om Ajnana Timirandasya Jnanāñjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimade Bhakti-vedanta Swami Iti Namine Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharani Nirvishesha Shunyabhat Pasha Shakachatarani Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Krishna. So today's sloga it is discussing about the qualities, habit of what is the habit we need to develop so that we can get the mercy of the Lord. There are two things talked in this sloka. Sukadeva Goswami is talking the system of remembrance. This is the first thing, remembering the Lord, and the habit of seeing all good personal conception. So the Lord having the conception of, he will always see goodness in the person. So we have to develop this habit. So this is the two things, remembrance and developing seeing the good in all. So these two things will take us to, very soon we can attain the devotional service of the Lord. So we can go back to Godhead and we can be there under his shelter, direct shelter. So this will boost us. So the remembrance, remembrance means smarana. In the Sanskrit, we'll call it as smaran. So we have to remember the Lord always. So in Bhagavad-gītā, Krishna is saying that Satatam Kirta Yendo Mam. There is a sloka, it is there. So Krishna is saying Satatam Kirta Yendo Mam. Yejana Ariyu Pasata. So he's saying that the devotees, they will always chant my glories. He's saying, yes, devotees in the sense, they will always chant the holy glories of the holy name. And they will always remember the Lord. They continuously remember the Lord. Why we are chanting the holy name of the Lord, and why we are discussing about the Lord, why we are doing the kirtan, why we are doing the devotional activities, why we are decorating the altar, and we are doing the puja and all. It is to remember the Lord. It is to remember the Lord and to establish the connection between the Lord. So the remembering the Lord is most important. Even though whatever the activities we are doing, we always need to have the conception that, okay, Lord is there behind all those things. So I'm doing this for the sake of the Lord. I'm not doing for my sense gratification. So I'm doing it for pleasure of the Lord. So in that way, we have to do all the activities, even though whatever the material activities we are doing, even though we are working in the offices, we have to do in the conception that I'm working in the office, I will get some money out of it as a salary. So the salary, by the salary, I'm going to use it for, first I will use it for some of my amount into the devotional activities, and the remaining amount I will use for my family. So the family welfare. So the family welfare, why we are using? So by using that money, so that I can keep my body and soul together in the proper way, and everybody will be healthy, so that we can progress in the bhakti. So everything we need to center around bhakti. Even though whatever the activities we are doing, material activities, that also we need to come in the conception that, come in the consciousness that we need to keep it in the center, Krishna in center, and we are doing all the other activities. If we are going in that way, then automatically we will remember the Lord always. So it is, Prabhupada always used to say, when the adult boy and girl, when they were first met, they engaged for marriage. So the girl and boy, even though they are doing their work in a different way, they may be in a different location, but still they remember each other. Always they will remember thinking about each other, remember each other. Nowadays it is mobile phone, all the connectivities are there. In the olden days, there is no communication channels, but their mind always thinking about the person who is there. The man will think about the wife and who is going to be a wife, fiancé, and this woman also will think about the man always. So this is one of the example. And also our mother. So when we are first time when we come out from our house, first time, because we always used to be there in the house for studies or for job, we may first came out from our house. So from that time, our mother also, even though she was doing the work in the kitchen or she was doing cleaning the house and she was doing whatever the activities, she will always in her mind, she will remember us, remember the son. Okay, now this is the time when my son's supposed to eat. This is the time I'm supposed to eat. My son need to be sleep. So all those always she will remember his son, even though she is doing other activities. Physically, she will be present in somewhere, but mentally she is along with his son. So similar way, we have to be physically all over the places we are doing, whatever the activities we are doing, but mentally we are always need to be connected with the Lord. That is a remembrance. How we are remembering these examples, how we are so saying that how the mother remembering the son always. We have to remember the Lord always. So that remembrance will take us to the one step ahead to the spiritual activities. And also the habit of seeing the good personal conception of the Lord. So Lord is having the perception, that's a habit. He will always see the goodness in the others. He won't see, even though they have thousands of bad habits, if there is a one small good habit in that, then Lord will take that as a reason, and he will give the shelter to that person. So there is a Srimad Bhagavatam, a nice sloka is there. I'll read out the sloka. In the Srimad Bhagavatam, 3rd canto, 2nd chapter, 23 sloka. Akho satarchanakalakutam jigham sayapapyatapi asyatavi laibe gatim datri uchitam tatanyam kamva dayalum saranam vrajami. So here it is talking about this is Uttava is talking about the Putana. How shall I take shelter of one more merciful than he who granted the position of mother to a she-demon, Putana, although she was unfaithful and she prepared deadly poison to be sucked from her breast. So when at the one of the pastime of Krishna, when he was a baby, so he was in Nandagopa's house, and Yashoda Mai is taking care of them, all the Gopi is taking care of him. And he was very small baby. So at that time, Kamsa sent Putana to that village to kill Krishna. Since they couldn't identify, before entering Krishna, this lady or demon, Putana, she killed lakhs of small boys, small who were born in the last 1 year. She killed all the small boys, everyone she killed. And finally, she entered Nandagopar's house. So before entering Nandagopar house, because he's the demon, the demonic qualities are there for them. They don't have the devotees qualities. For that, this Putana, she prepared herself. See, because the Putana, the demons kind of people, they can change their appearance like anything. Within a second, they can change their appearance. But the attitude cannot be changed. So in order to change your attitude, because they are the demonic attitude, we want to show us, because there is a devotee attitude is the exactly opposite the demonic attitude. So she want to show herself as a devotee. So for that, she practiced how the devotee will be there. So she wore the dress like a sari, and how to act, how to means tilak, applying tilak, how to speak to the other person, and all those things she was remembering Krishna, and she was doing that. So how the devotees are doing, she just imitate as a devotee, and she prepared herself to kill Krishna. So then with after all that preparation, she came there and she entered Nandagopar's house, nobody take any doubt on her, because she was always showing her, because since she took the lot of, she gone through all the lot of practice, she was practicing in a nice way that as a devotee she was practicing, and she changed her look also, like a beautiful girl, who is the Apsara, come from the heavenly planet, and by seeing her, Yashodamai thought, so there is a Lakshmi Devi, she came from Vaikunta to take care of my son. Like that she was saying, by that much beautiful, she took the form. Putana took a form and she came to Nandagopal's house. So nobody told, everybody saw, everybody in their heart, because he took the practice of a devotee, and she was acting as a full devotee. And she was coming, nobody take any doubt. Nobody have any doubt on her. So she directly came inside of the house. Directly she went to the Krishna's, where Krishna was lying in a cradle. And so when Krishna came to know that Putana is coming, he know that he is the Supreme Lord. He know that Putana coming here. Since she killed lakhs of small child, is a very abominable activity. So Krishna don't wanted to see her face. So he closed his eyes with his palms. Then Putana came near to that baby and she took the baby in her hand. So even though the Yashodamai and the other gopis seeing that act, what the Putana is doing, but nobody had any doubt. So he took the baby and she was started feeding the breast milk. So then he smeared a very deadly poison in her breast so that she can kill the baby. So in that way she came. But since he is a Supreme Lord, when he sucked the milk, he sucked her life also. So this is the act he did. So this is a demon. So in order to protect the people, in order to kill the demon, Krishna appeared. But he did that. But the final act, what he did, he gave the mother position to Putana. So whatever the position he gave to the Devaki and Yashodamai, the same position he gave to Putana also. Because she came as a devotee and acted as a devotee, and also she came to feed Krishna. So he gave us the position. So he was a nursing position in his abode always. So that is the greatness of Krishna. So even though the woman came for the very cruel act, but the Lord's mercy is he saw the goodness in her. So he came there to feed her milk to me. So he gave the mother position to me. So that much merciful the Lord is. So here in the Uttava is talking about, so how can I take the shelter of that much merciful person? I don't have that much. I'm the hard-hearted person. How can I take the shelter of that much soft-hearted person? That is the feeling of Uddhava. And there are other devotees also in Srimad Bhagavatam. There are so many pastimes of the Lord. So the Lord exhibit his quality. The quality in the sense, what is the quality? Goodness. He is seeing goodness in all, everywhere. And when Prahlad Maharaj, the pastime happened, so the Prahlad Maharaj, what he is saying that, Prahlad Maharaj prayers, see here in the Srimad Bhagavatam Canto 7, chapter 9 and text number 8. I'm just reading the translation. Prahlad Maharaj prayed, how is it possible for me, who have been born in a family of Asuras, to offer suitable prayers to satisfy the Supreme Personality of Godhead? Even until now, all the demigods headed by Lord Brahma and all the saintly persons could not satisfy the Lord by streams of excellent words. Although such persons are very qualified, being in the mode of goodness, then what is to be said of me? I am not at all qualified. So here Prahlad Maharaj, he is praying by seeing the quality of the Lord. See, the Prahlad Narsimha Avatar, Lord took the Narsimha Avatar, he killed the Hiranyakashipu to save Prahlad Maharaj. And the Prahlad Maharaj is praying, what is Prahlad Maharaj saying? I am not at all qualified person. I am born in the Asura family. And how can I able to pacify the Lord with my prayers? Because Lord Narsimhadev, the Lord Shiva was there, Lord Brahma was there, Lakshmi Devi was there. Nobody were able to pacify the Lord because he was in so much of anger. So the Brahma asked Prahlad Maharaj to go to Nrsimhadev and pacify him, because to reduce his anger, so that the world will be go smooth. Otherwise, the pralaya will happen. That much of anger he was. So, in order to pacify, Prahlad Maharaj went near to the Lord and he was reciting the prayers. He fell down on his feet, and by seeing the Prahlad Maharaj, immediately Nrsimhadev put his hand on his head. So then Prahlad Maharaj recited the prayers. Prahlad Maharaj is that, I don't know how I recite the prayers, those prayers in front of the Lord. He also don't know how he recited. Then the Lord pacified, and then Lord came cooled down from his anger. So this is the way the Lord always, even though the Prahlad Maharaj is the son of demon, and he killed the demon, and Lord gave the benediction that to Prahlad Maharaj that I won't kill next coming generation. I won't kill any of your family members. Even though there are so many, there is a demonic nature family, Asura's family, but Lord gave the promise to Prahlad Maharaj that I won't kill anyone going forward in your family. That is the benediction he gave to Prahlad Maharaj also. So that is the way Lord is so merciful. Lord won't see whether he is born in Asura family or not. The person is doing this devotional service means Lord heart will be melt for them. In the 3.3.23, he is talking about the devotional service. So I'm just reading the translation. Every living entity is controlled by a supernatural force, and thus his sense enjoyment is also under the control of the supernatural force. No one, therefore, can put his faith in Lord Krishna's transcendental sense activities, but one who has become a devotee of the Lord by rendering devotional service. So how can we understand the Lord? How can we put our faith on the Lord? Only in the mean of devotional service we can put the faith on the Lord. And Lord will be also pacified, Lord will be also satisfied by the devotional service whatever we are going to do. Only the devotee can do that, not all other persons. So even though there are so many Bhagavatam reciters, professional Bhagavatam reciters are there. They are reciting the Bhagavatam and they are giving the classes. But since they don't have the concept of, okay, so Krishna is the Supreme Lord, I am the scholar, I am reading in Sanskrit, I know Sanskrit, I am interpreting this. So in that mood, if somebody heard from those scholars, we can't understand Krishna. Our devotional activities, devotional service, the thinking won't come in our mind. So only when we hear from the pure devotees of the Lord, like the sadhu sannyasis, like Prabhupada, that kind of devotees, if you hear the Srimad Bhagavatam, that the devotional service, the Bhakti Lata beach, the Bhakti Lata beach can be saw by only such great devotees of the Lord, and it can grow in our heart, because our heart is a hard-hearted heart. Our heart is. So there also the Bhakti beach can grow when we hear from the proper source, like a pure devotees of the Lord and by the bona fide parampara. And for the impersonalist, it is very difficult to understand the Lord, because impersonalists, their concept is they won't glorify the Lord. Their conception is Lord is nowhere, Lord is impersonal. So we can't see the Lord, we are Lord. So that kind of conception the impersonalists have. So they can't simply understand the Lord. The Lord himself is saying in Bhagavad-gītā about the impersonalist in 12.5. Klesho adhikataraste avyatakshatta setasham avyakta hi gatir dukkham dehavadivdir avapyate. What is saying? For those whose minds are attached to the unmanifested impersonal feature of the Supreme, advancement is very troublesome. To make progress in that discipline is always difficult for those who are embodied. So the path of a devotional service path for the impersonalist who are saying that there is no God, has no form, so we need to merge with the Lord finally. So like that, who's saying the concept, for them it is very difficult to achieve the devotional activity. What are the outcome, whatever they wanted to achieve, it is very difficult. The path of the devotional service path is very difficult. for them. So that is the way here Prabhupada is explaining in this today's sloka also. He is explaining the impersonal way of self-realization is more troublesome because it reaches the goal in an indirect way. Although the impersonalists also become obsessed with the personal feature of the Lord after a long time. So the impersonalist, see, we saw the sloka today, the 3.2.23. So about the Putana. So our Sukadeva Goswami, he was also an impersonalist. But after hearing this specific sloka from a devotee, immediately he got a change in his mind that, oh, I wanted to hear more about Bhagavatam, like that. Then he asked the devotee, from where you got the Bhagavatam. He told, your father only taught us this, go and hear the Bhagavatam from his father. So Sukadeva Goswami immediately came back to his father. Then his father gave the knowledge of Srimad Bhagavatam to Sukadeva Goswami. After hearing Bhagavatam, Sukadeva Goswami is a born impersonalist. He changed himself into the personalist. He became the personal, he attracted by the personal feature of the Lord. So this sloka, this is the very powerful sloka. By hearing this, Sukadeva Goswami, the impersonalist, who is the strongest impersonalist, became a personalist, and he recited the Bhagavatam. He learned the Bhagavatam and recite to Parishit Maharaj. So that glory, that is the glory of the Lord. Because Lord has that much quality, because even though Lord is personal features, even though people are attracted with the impersonal feature, Lord is so merciful. For the qualified person, he will give the proper knowledge on time. So today's sloka, we discussed the two things we discussed: remembrance and seeing all good things in the person. That's the quality of the Lord. If you do these two things, if you follow these two activity, then what will happen? Very soon we can attain the devotional service of the Lord under his direct shelter. So this is the word from a great devotee of the Lord, so Sukadeva Goswami. So Lord definitely he will make it happen, whatever is said by the pure devotee. So here, so we have to remember that two things: remembrance of the Lord always, and we need to always in the seeing good in everything. That is the quality of the Lord. The similar quality we obtain the devotional service, progress in the devotional services. Devotional path is very easy and very smooth. We can achieve the desired success. Hare Krishna. Grantaraj Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. Hare Krishna. Any questions, any doubt, any clarifications?